Alright, so I created a team full of tiny players in NHL 24 that are all 5'5", 120 pounds with no stats. And I thought it could be a bit of fun to see how they do in a full season. We'll see how the computer can play with them before I get to play with them. I'm going to simulate through a franchise. Judging off the preseason scores, I'm not very optimistic here. I don't think they're going to do very well. Some teams are competing for the Stanley Cup. Other teams are just trying to make the playoffs. But I'll be happy if this team can score a single goal all year. I mean, look at that. 17-0. When have you ever seen that score in hockey? That's like a football score. Before we hop into it, I'm going to take a quick look at the roster. I'll show you guys the lines. So, as you can see, every single player is a 36 overall on offense, on defense, and at goalie. People say every team is as weak as your weakest link. Well, every single player is the weakest link here. So, this team's not going to be very good. But, I don't know, maybe I'll simulate a week or so, and we'll see if they can do anything, and then I'll simulate until the end. Alright, well, as you can see, through 5 games, they are 0-5. Look at these scores. This is ridiculous. 16-0, 18-0, 16-0, 19-0, 20-0. They're actually getting worse as the year goes on. I wonder what the highest score is going to be against them. I don't know if they can get much past 20. I mean, I don't think the periods are that long. I think it's only like 5 minutes. If it was the full-length game, they could probably break 100. I feel bad for this goalie, too. He's the worst player in NHL history. Look at this. This guy's given up 23 goals against. But this guy's made 179 saves. I mean, a 75% save percentage isn't terrible. I mean, it is terrible, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But it's enough of that. Let's simulate to the end. Well, surprise, surprise, we didn't make the playoffs, and we went 0-82. So, as expected, we didn't win a single game. But what I really want to see is, did we score any goals all year? I'm assuming not, because that's the point leader, and he's got 0 points. So, let's look at these team stats. Entire league, the Oilers had a great year, winning the President's Trophy. And then there's us with no points. Oh my god. We give up 1,023 goals against, averaging 12.5 a game. We gave up 108 shorthanded goals, but only 21 power play goals. I guess we were pretty disciplined, keeping them off the power play. We only killed off the penalties a third of the time, which has gotta be the worst ever. 0-41 at home. 0-41 on the road. Last 10, 0-10. I would love to see this in real life if the Leafs were this bad. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible for anybody to be this bad. I mean, you could put middle schoolers out there and they'd do better than these guys. But look at the plus minuses. Minus 507, 502, 499. Well, this is the stat that we didn't want to see. These guys are lighting up the score sheet on the giveaway. And no takeaways all year from anybody. We had 2 guys get in fights. I wonder if they won. Probably not, because they probably got outweighed by 150 pounds compared to their opponent. But the real funny stats, I want to see these goalies. Well, all in all, the save percentage wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's pretty consistent with how it was in the first couple weeks. 17 goals against, though. I mean, they each gave up over 700 goals. That's crazy. But last thing I want to do before I end this video is I want to see what our biggest margin of defeat was. I want to see which team put up the most goals against us. I wonder if anyone broke 30. I feel like that's a realistic target. Well, I think we found our answer. Look at this week in general. So the Oilers did the best against us. They're the best team in the league, but 28-0. That's insane. But this whole week was rough for us. 24-0 to the Red Wings, 28-0 to the Oilers, 18-0 to the Flames, 26-0 to the Canucks, and then 22-0 to the Kraken. I don't really know what I expected here, but this is pretty funny to look at. That's about it. I guess it shows that tiny players are not very good.